function along those lines. Okay, we are recording. So, building characters. So, let's kind of take this step by step. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah, I think I've pretty much got Sybil down, but I know that they need.
Well, you did get to make her before this.
Well, yeah, but I used her as a spell slinger. This is it's really similar, but it's slightly different. I had saved what I did, but I could not find it, so I had to redo it. So I hope I picked all the same thing.
So the first thing we need to do is figure out your charm, cool, sharp, tough, weird, your attributes. So starting with the emissary, because excuse me, I don't want to burp right into the mic. That'd be gross. Also, that's Spencer's gimmick. So let's start.
You just clear the table.
I burped a freaking.
I didn't need a reminder.
That was the unfortunate surprise. You just ate 2 deviled eggs. Now everybody knows you ate 2 deviled eggs. Burp. And then Emily accuses me of farting and clearing out the side of the table when it was a burp.
I'm sorry. You have a reputation that precedes you, dear.
Okay, so where are we putting this information? Like, are we building a character sheet somewhere?
There is a Word document that I sent out.
Is that in the Discord?
Yeah.
I don't. Is it in the Discord?
The Magus.
Yeah, there's the Magus that has the classes that I made, and then if Emily wanted to build Genie using something else, there is the form fillable PDFs as well.
You just have to scroll up a little bit. He posted it on December 1st.
Did you want to go with the Kitchen Witch Genie, or did you want to go with something else?
I'm fine with Kitchen Witch, but I can't get the Magus document open.
Do you have Word?
It's a little while. It took me a little while to download it for whatever reason.
Let's see. While she's doing that, Christina, which of the ratings did you pick for Eleanor?
I picked the third one.
+2 charm, 0 cool, +1 sharp, 0 tough, 2 weird.
Yeah, although I was gonna ask, I wanted your thoughts, like everyone's thoughts. I mean, do you think? I mean, I guess Eleanor leans more towards sharp than cool. I'm not sure because.
I took +1. I took the one that is +1 to charm and sharp, and +2 weird, but it gives me a -1 to tough. But I wasn't sure what else to take because weird, sharp, and charm fit Sybil being, tough does too. But I did take body armor, technically my cloak. So
if you level up, really, you could add to your tough.
I was gonna say cool probably fits Sybil even more than sharp, in my opinion.
I'm trying to remember what each one does.
Okay, charm is manipulate someone. Cool is to act under pressure. Sharp is read a bad situation or investigate a mystery. Tough is kick some ass, and weird is weird.
And help out is also cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think my brain was in a D&D space when I did that.
I mean, Sybil's really good at reading a bad situation and investigating a mystery, but Sybil's like super cool when it comes to acting under pressure and then also helping out their friends.
Yeah,
you might want to go with the first one that has the -1 to charm, but
yeah, I hate doing that, but you're probably right. I
Well,
can
you can
always
always
and that brings my
raise.
tough back up to 0, so I don't have a negative to tough because Sybil likes to throw herself at things. So
Is there
I'm
another one that gives you a plus in cool?
No.
No, that's the only one. It's either a 0 or a -1. The one that I took was a 0, but I think that the +1 cool is probably better for what Sybil usually ends up doing.
I mean, that's up to you. You could always level one of them up. So
Yeah, I can always, level it up later. So.
Okay,
And
so
if
that's
I leave it actually if I leave it the way it is, if I level up cool when I level up, then I'll have a +1 to both charm and cool.
but you'll still be taking way more damage.
That's very true. Sybil
would
doesn't
you
Yeah,
be taking more damage?
I don't think I'm
Does
able to
tough determine how much damage you take?
I might ask you to make a tough check to see if you get flung into something, and that could be additional damage, like you get catapulted by some force and smack into wall.
I can't open the Magus file. Every time I do, it says that there's something wrong with the program and to try again.
Sounds like an issue with Microsoft Word then.
Yeah, I've got mine open right now. Hang on.
Can you open up Microsoft Word like by yourself, Emily?
Yeah, it says that the programs has something wrong with it.
You might just need to write it down until. Oh wait, Hewitt could make it as a PDF, and then you
Yeah.
could just write it down until you
Yeah,
get it sorted.
I'll save it as a PDF and then export it to you.
Okay, sorry for the trouble.
This is not trouble. Wait, do I already have a PDF of it?
I thought you'd made it. No, you never exported it. I don't think. You didn't know how to make a form fillable, so you didn't export it into a PDF, I don't think.
Nope, I got a PDF of it.
Okay.
Because okay, that's weird. It told me it's not the right type of file. There we go. I just had to load it up a different way. So Sybil and Eleanor have their attribute ratings, right?
Yeah. I really hate seeing a negative.
Where is that negative staying, though?
I guess I'm gonna keep in charm.
Hey, leave her alone, you little shit.
What?
What?
My cat was chasing our other cat. You okay, Shubs? He's being mean. Oh. Honestly, she's the mean one, but Alfie's just like a kid that just constantly is harassing a sibling. Oh, yeah, Alfie. Oh. Hi, Slinky. He's like, no, Mom, put me down. Put me down, Mom. They're loving this weather. We've just been leaving the door open.
What's the weather there?
What is the weather? I know it's cool enough for me to keep the door open because I like it under 71. It is 63 right now.
It has been very cold, and then this morning it was 34 when I took Vincent to school. When I picked him up from school, it was 72. When I took him to therapy, it was 62, and then it started raining like fucking crazy.
So tomorrow is going to be frosty cold.
Yeah, then it's gonna get cold again.
I see y'all are getting that severe thunderstorm watch.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was nasty for a minute, and it hasn't been that bad. I'm hoping it'll kind of stave off tonight.
It's been in the 60s all day. But it snowed just like 3 days ago.
I don't mind it being warmer. I don't like it going from 60 to 70 in the matter of like 5 hours.
Vincent? Hey, should I take the soda away from him since it's
I
7?
thought he drank it all.
No, he's over here drinking behind me.
No, take that from him.
Vincent, I need that soda.
Oh god, he's been drinking Dr. Pepper.
Mm,
I thought he drank it all.
I don't know whether to go with -1 or not.
In what?
Right now, I have no negatives, but I have 2 zeros.
See, I don't like doing the -1 charm, but charm is mostly just for manipulate someone. So I'm hoping that won't come into play too much to where it hurts, so that I can always make it as a girl. I don't also like having. Technically, I have 1 tough because I've got body armor, so that'll help me. But the
I
-1
wanted
is
to ask Hewitt because I was wondering, like, do I really need a +2 in charm? Because it's not like Eleanor is usually manipulating people. So, like, if we use it for like intimidation, maybe. Wait, let me check charm.
You can use it for that. Manipulate someone to me is a little limiting on what it actually can do.
because I was thinking persuasion, but it's not really persuasion. I don't know. It's weird.
So, do I really need a 2 in charm then? Like,
I mean, there's a couple other options that don't, but dealing with and talking around the Fae and other supernatural creatures will probably end up involving some charm. See, Emily, did the PDF open?
No, it hasn't.
see, some of these don't make sense. It's like, why would I go with that one?
All depends on the character type you want to build. I tried to follow what they put in the book.
Well,
Wait,
it's just like,
I just got it open.
Woot.
well, like an example is like the one I'm probably choosing is charm 2, cool 0, sharp 1, tough 0, weird 2. And then there's another one that's weird 2, charm 2, tough 1. So you go up in tough, but then -1 to both sharp and cool. Like at that point, I feel like it's more worthwhile to go with the tough 1 because that takes way less time to level up.
It all depends on what you want to do and how you feel your character would be.
So the PDF isn't fillable, but at least I have it open.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Could do it on our end, and like if you just tell us which ones you want. I wonder if I can make a fillable PDF like the normal ones.
The gear, are those all items that I already have, or do I still have to just pick 3?
You got to pick 3.
Okay.
Now, the big thing with gear is this is what you start with. As things continue on, you can add stuff to your sheet that you will carry.
So like, should Genie have her trench coat on there?
Well, trench coat is going to count for, let's see, enhanced clothing. Or enchanted clothing. I think all 3 of you have enchanted clothing.
Sybil's body armor.
I
Yep.
didn't take enchanted clothing, but I have body armor. So if we were going by everything we had exactly, I would have enchanted clothing, but I could only pick 3, so I was going for.
Where'd you spend your 4th one on?
You said pick 3.
You get
We get another one.
you get 4 level ups.
Oh, well, fuck.
Like
I'd love.
the body
I forgot.
the body armor's kind of useless, but I put it on there because it's something I carried over from the initiate character sheet.
Well, not really, because if I say that's my warden cloak, and then I have my armored undershirt that I have now, that kind of adds up.
Well, the thing is that
3 moves or 2?
well on like let's help Emily get her ratings and make sure we got that set in, and then we'll take each thing step by step so that we're not all in different places.
I forgot that we could level up. So let's do Emily's and then.
Okay, Emily, do you see on the second sheet of Kitchen Witch where it says ratings?
Yes.
Okay, so there is the options right there. Um, so I think did we come through and we were saying what each one of the different abilities does?
If you did, was not paying attention to that part. Sorry.
Okay, charm would be for the move manipulate someone, which isn't just charming people, it's also for like I would say intimidation and social interactions. Um
Okay.
I might ask for just a normal charm roll, not just to manipulate someone. Cool is help someone out, act under pressure. Sharp is noticing things like investigate a mystery or read a bad situation. Tough is kick some ass. And then weird is magic and shit.
I feel like the charm 2, cool 2, sharp -1, tough 0, weird +1 might be the most fitting for Genie, unless anyone has any other suggestions.
Which one?
The second one.
Yeah, I think that fits pretty well.
What do you think, Christina?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we got everybody's starting ratings, so then we'll go up to Magus. Let's see, you get to pick 3 from the base and effects.
I did. I took Frost Ice as an effect, and then I
Okay.
took Blast and Missile.
Okay. Going down to Emissary. What 2 gifts did you pick for Ellie?
I'm definitely going with Haven. I'm trying to figure out the other one. I was thinking either Serenity. I mean, what does a hold any one sharp roll? What does that mean?
That
Okay.
means the next time that you make a sharp roll, you add +1 to it.
Yeah, pretty much that means whenever you make a sharp roll, you have a ongoing +1 because you have been gifted by your patrons with additional insight beyond that of a normal individual.
My mom just sent me something. I have 2 reactions when I leave the house. 1, ew, the weather. 2, ew, the people. That describes my attitude when I leave the house very well.
I don't know. I take Fortitude, but I feel like Serenity or Insight makes more sense for my character.
Yeah, depending on how you build Eleanor, you could be like, hey, Hewitt, guess what? What, Christina? I take no damage. And I'd be like, until you do big magic. Because you take 1 less damage from me. Spencer made that very clear.
I did choose my foci as the ring.
As the ring, reduce harm from big magic by 1, so that functions like a juju bag. Okay.
Yeah, I felt like that one made sense though. It was either gonna be ring or pendant. So, well, Yep, so Haven and... Oh, fuck. I don't know. Can I think on it for a moment?
Yeah, did you pick your pack magic 2 spell
Uh,
benefits?
Yes, I went with Force or Wind, and I don't know. Should I go Earth or should I go Lightning and Entropy?
You used Earth a lot.
It doesn't add much to the damage, but it is more or less, I just smacked you into the ground and you are forcefully held down now.
Isn't that something I could do with normal magic, though? Actually, let me check.
I don't think with, hold on. God, I'm going to be looking back at the sheet so much. You can restrain things with regular magic, but that forceful would be an addition there.
What is forceful?
There is a chance it could inflict harm. It's also a chance that it will knock it ass over tea kettle and then have it pinned, proned.
So forceful is one of those, like, tags?
Yeah, like where it says like up here, add harm +1 harm messy for lightning. No matter what, lightning's going to have messy. Whenever you do wind, it's going to be forceful. If you do the earth, everything you do with earth will be forceful and restraining. So you could be like, I chunk a rock at his head, and it's going to wrap around his head and stick to the ground behind him. And just like metal bend something around a dude's face.
Okay.
Then again, be as inventive with this as possible, and then make it my problem to figure out exactly how that works. Because I don't have to roll anything. That's the benefit of this game for me, is that I will not have to roll anything other than maybe I might roll a dice to see for chance. I also realize that whoever wrote this book used the British spelling of armor. Do you need a little more time to look?
I guess I'm just confused about forceful.
Let me get the book.
Thank you. Because I see, like, frost or ice, you can do +1 harm restraining to other bases. Just curious.
That means if you pick that up, I think you could argue that you're using frost and wind.
Yeah, and then ice spreads, so, like, it can stick to you.
Hewitt, send Vincent back here into the kitchen so I can give him his medicine.
Vincent, go to mommy. Pause your video and go to mommy.
Fee, you just running. You having fun. He's crazy. He just keeps running up and down the hallway.
My child has decided to take the long way around.
$2 whiskey for the way.
I'm trying to figure out where in this book that is at.
Do you have the PDF for that, or is that one you have in person?
I have the book in person. I don't have the entire PDF.
Okay.
Okay, tags, page 114. However, I think Zeta might, if you want to shoot a message to Chris to see if he has a PDF of anything.
Okay.
Okay, forceful. Pushes things around, allowing you to force them where you want them in addition to a normal attack effect. which could give advantages to people down the line.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Sorry.
let's see. Looking through up here as well. Fire's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here.
Okay.
Poor Spence, though, both versions of the game he's been running, he has a chosen that is a just death dealer. So he is having to his solution is, I'm going to slap more health on things instead of I'm going to have them do something that now makes everybody make a tough decision. Like, he made a mid-level encounter that has more health than a Demon Prince of Hell in the book that's supposed to be a boss fight. But we still smack it to death. Okay, so what are you going with, Christina?
Earth and Force or Wind.
Okay, and you're still thinking about your gift?
I'm gonna go with a Serenity.
Okay, so that means if you choose not to raise your cool, you can always roll with your weird.
Mm-hmm.
Genie.
So what am I looking at now?
You're looking at practitioner. You get to pick one of the following elements, which I think either force or wind or frost or ice would work for you. We would just reskin it as water.
Yeah, that works for me. I think the ice one's probably the best.
Okay, so you could, whenever you're making a wall with it, it automatically gains 2 armor. And whenever you use it to attack somebody, it's always going to deal 1 additional harm and have the restraining tag. Oh, that means you're going to hold them with burning coffee.
Mm.
Oh,
Interesting.
that hurts thinking about it.
That's a new
A
feature.
giant hand of coffee.
It's just mage hand of coffee.
It's just Genie going, Genie's hand.
Yeah, I guess it'd be more like Bigby's hand than mage hand, but yeah, either way.
Hewitt, are you putting down the things that I'm choosing? Or should I write that down on paper?
You should write that down on paper.
Okay.
Emily, I can save your sheet so you don't have to do all that writing.
I'm putting stuff in yours.
I would print
Wait,
it.
what?
I would print it and fill it out for you, but our printer's out of ink.
I've got it open on my computer and I'm filling it out as you go.
Thank you, Emily.
Okay, next you have utility. And this is going to be one that's closer to the... this is going to be the one that fits more into like what thaumaturgy is. So, Genie, you'll have a ongoing bonus with this that the others won't. So, you get to pick 2 that will give you a +1 forward whenever you use them.
I think ectomancy and world walking probably fit best with my ghost ability and with my neverworld or neverwhere access.
Okay.
What was it? Ectomancy and which other one? World walking?
World walking, yeah.
Okay, and then you get a refuge, which is either a small space such as an apartment, store, or vehicle that acts as your base of operation. It functions similar to the expert's haven, but you only get 1 feature. So I'm going to pull up the expert. Okay, there's a lore library. When you hit the books, take a +1 forward to investigate a mystery. There's mystical library that's a +1 forward to use magic. There are protection spells. Your haven is safe from monsters. They cannot enter. Monsters might be able to do something special to evade the wards, but not easily. Armory. You have a stockpile of mystical and rare monster killing weapons and or items. If you need a special weapon, roll plus weird on a 10, you have it.
I think the protection one probably makes the
Well,
most sense with Genie's
there's
apartment in the cafe.
There's also infirmary. You can heal people. Workshop. You have a space for building and repairing guns and cars. Oubliette, which I don't think anyone has ever taken ever. Panic room. This has essential supplies and protected by normal mystical means. And magical laboratory. You have a mystical lab with all kinds of weird ingredients and tools used for casting spells.
Yeah, either the protection one or the fuck. It's one of the ones you just mentioned.
There's the panic room and there is the magical lab.
Yeah, either the panic room or the protection one, I think. For Genie's apartment in the cafe.
Okay, which one do you feel would work better?
I'm not sure. Do you guys have opinions?
What's the difference between them?
The protection spell is more or less a ward, which I don't know. Technically, I feel like you would have grounds to argue you have wards on all the places you live.
I agree.
That kind of makes sense. So let's just say that's automatic. So do you want the panic room?
Yeah, I'll take the panic room.
Okay, so someone will note panic room for
I got it.
Genie. You gotta be careful though, because right next to the panic room is the freezer. Calvin has made this mistake more than once.
Hey guys, can anybody hear me?
Like, I'm kind of stuck, and I can't feel my feet.
No, I feel like you tell him, Calvin, go to the freezer. And the next thing you know, you hear the alarm go off and you hear a door slam and lock. I'm stuck again. Oh, look, there's ramen.
Damn it, Calvin.
Okay, so that takes care of all the class-specific choices you got. So now we start back up with the Magus. You get to pick 3 from your list.
I already picked 3. I got knowledge is power, so I can use weird instead of tough to kick some ass with my weapon. War mage, I get when I use combat magic to inflict harm, I can choose to inflict 2 harm obvious area or 2 harm ignore armor. And advanced arcane training, if you have 2 of your 3 tools and techniques at the ready, you do not have to have a 3rd one.
Okay, so basically you can be like, I know the spell's name and I know the hand motions. I don't need Eye of Newt.
Or I have my foci, which is my spear, so.
Right. So that's what you went with?
Yeah, initially. Cool. And I'll take others because we can level up because I'm dumb and I forgot.
All right. So remember, you start looking at figure out gear.
I've already done all my basics.
Okay, so what'd you pick for gear?
I did gifted weapon because you said that would be my staff or my spear. Why did you say body armor would be useless?
Well, the thing is like it might not stack with some of your other abilities.
Well, it's 1 armor hidden. I don't know if it really clashes with any of the other abilities. Does it?
Does it stack with enchanted clothing? Yeah, because enchanted clothing just takes 1 less harm. Okay.
Yes, it would stack, and I guess I'm gonna retire Sybil carrying her revolver that she shot like 3 times. So I did gifted weapon, which is 2 harm, and the 1 body armor that I'm gonna say is my Warden's cloak.
Well, Warden's cloaks are magical. Your body armor would do nothing against a spell. Okay, going down to Eleanor, you get to pick 2 moves.
Is the enchanted clothing is it the negative harm against magic or just getting whacked?
Enchanted clothing means you take 1 less harm from whatever.
Okay, so I can say that's my warden's cloak, and the other's my Under Armour thing.
Sure. But again, you're if you still the body armor, the mundane everyday body armor will not do anything against magic. It will only do stuff against mundane weapons.
Yeah, but I never used the damn revolver when I had it.
I'm just letting you know. So if all of a sudden, if I have body armor, it's like they shot a magical spear at you. Body armor don't count.
Yeah.
Now remember, when you're leveling up, you can pick up to 2 moves from another player's or another playbook. All right, Christina.
I'm gonna move Sybil's sight to mine because we decided that last time.
Okay, so you said switch the site. Did we change it last time?
Yeah, because the sight you gave me is the one that fits Genie.
See, was it when you read a bad situation, you can open up your third eye for a moment and take in extra information?
Yeah, it's the one with the spells. That's the same from the spell slinger.
Okay,
I'm probably gonna end up taking that too eventually.
okay, so you pick the site.
I don't know yet. No. I feel like even with our 4 level ups, we're like making ourselves way less powerful. Like it's like I'm getting rid of things that I could already do.
I don't know. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a whole lot of stuff from that list after 4. We're gonna have a whole lot more stuff after 4 level ups. It just kind of depends on what you pick. Because you can max out a lot of the list right off the bat if you want, but you can also add stuff to your rolls, and you can take stuff from other.
Well, I was hoping to have something like I don't know if that's probably not a thing, but like one of Eleanor's big things is I see the wards there, but one of her other big things was her shield, and I don't have anything like that.
Yeah, that was the only other thing I was thinking of too. I do have a shield thing.
There is a shield spell that can be taken in level ups either from the Magus or from the Spell Slinger. But the way shields work in this is more of like the shield spell. When you protect someone, you suffer 2 less harm. So technically, also, I think you can do it with
I'm
magic.
not gonna be using our shield anymore then, because like unless I pick that one up, and that's only if I'm protecting someone, not myself.
Well, what it is when you protect someone, they either you take half the damage and they take half the damage, or you take all the damage and they take none, and then you can basically have your shield amped up to where you would still take no damage.
Well, my cool's only a 0 though, so I'm not good at helping people.
This is true. But you also got things like Shake It Off. You take 1 less harm from supernatural creatures. There's a couple in here that if you took them, you'd basically be telling me you take absolutely no damage. But we'll probably figure out a mechanic for the shield.
You could always just roll to do magic to do the shield, I guess.
I mean, there's not really a turn order per se either. Like, it's not your turn to help someone out if you wish to protect them. So everything's a little fluid and loosey-goosey. So what are the 2 you're looking at taking, Christina, with your just regular character build?
Trying to figure out which ones I guess work for Ellie when she started, which I guess would be sight. I mean, you know who I am makes sense. Calling my name. and enchanted clothing. I'd say probably one of those 4. I don't know. What do y'all think makes the most sense? I'm gonna go with sight for sure. Wow, got you though.
What'd you say?
I said the got you one though. When helping someone out, treat your roll as 10 plus. Also, why do I notice everyone else has 3 moves? Why do I only have 2?
Because you get a lot more starting features added on. Like your gifts from your patrons are, from a functional standpoint, really powerful.
Where is it you're looking at? Oh, got you. There it is. That's a pretty good one.
Also, a lot of these don't really require you to make a roll.
A lot of what?
A lot of your moves don't really require a roll.
You also have patron knowledge. As long as you're in good standing with your patron, you may expand your mind to use their knowledge as well as your own, and you get a +1 to your sharp rolls.
Thank you. I totally missed that one. Come back to me. I'll figure out the next one before we move on.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right, we're going to pick
Thanks.
3. You get to pick 3 moves, Genie.
Okay, I looked at this earlier. I was thinking. Let's see. I was originally thinking Blitz and Subtle Magic for 2 of them. But I'm not sure. Like, I don't want to pull the trigger in any of them.
Well, I mean, Blitz in this one allows you to split a spell and hit both targets, and if you do a 10 plus, it's at full strength. If it's a 7 to 9, the damage is half between the 2 targets. Or if not, the spell fizzles and you take 1 harm because you basically just decided to break physics.
It's basically
Okay.
no.
The enchanted clothing, we talked about that earlier. That doesn't include my magical shield jacket, or that does include it?
That would be the magical shield jacket. Damage works a lot different in this, so like if something was to throw 15 harm at you, it's pretty much let's go ahead and make a new character. Like if y'all were to throw 15 harm at something, most big bad bosses in the way this series works would be mostly dead. And that includes things that have been considered gods. So the amount of damage you can soak is less, but the amount of overall damage that can be dealt by anything in this system is less.
Okay, I think Blitz, enchanted clothing, and
I'll be honest, when making your spell list, most of these felt like something that 100% would be something Genie would get.
yeah, like they all feel like Genie.
And a lot of the way your the Kitchen Witch works is that you have a +1 going forward based off of actions. Like, not my fault. If you set something like you all of a sudden cast a spell and it knocks down a telephone pole and it causes all the power on a block to go out, you can be like, not my fault. You now have a +1 going forward as long as you are dealing with the consequences of what you just did. Or in the case of like Harry Dresden, I set the whole house on fire. Or the house is on fire, it's not my fault. But he's the one who cast the fire spell. Or
Okay.
meant to do that. If you do miss with a spell, you can have a +1 forward on your or another player's roll. Like You didn't miss because you missed. You did that on purpose to move something to a more advantageous position for either you or your friend, and they'll have a +1 on their next roll, or you will.
The beneath notice, can I use that for stealth or no?
Let's see. When you avoid something, roll plus weird on a 10+. You're regarded as unthreatening and unimportant on a 7 to 9. You're unthreatening or unimportant on a miss. You draw lots of attention. Yeah, you could use this for stealth to try to sneak through stuff.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do Blitz, Enchanted Clothing, and Beneath Notice.
Cool.
Got it.
Now let's look at your gear. You get the most gear because you don't get some of the big magical power.
The tasers and guns, do I break those still as a wizard or no?
Technically not anymore. That's not in this system, but more or less I'm implying that you would be able to use the taser without breaking it. Maybe Sybil or Eleanor wouldn't, but that's because you get the special taser.
Okay.
I also did add a couple of tags in here that I don't think are in the book, like stun and blind.
What is Juju Bag?
Whenever you do big magic, you reduce the harm that you will take from it by 1.
Okay.
So if you want to do a big summoning, there's a good chance that you could be taking 2-3 damage from doing it because big magic is physically taxing. You'd be like, nope, I got this magical little bag of whatever's in it, and I don't feel as bad anymore.
Okay.
It functions the same way as Eleanor's ring.
I will take the shotgun, the knife, and the Juju Bag.
All right, Genie gonna be shooting somebody with a shotgun. I like this. Okay.
This is entirely because Ira lectured me the other day about how ineffective tasers are actually if you're trying to get out of danger. A knife is apparently the best way to go.
Most people, like, you pull out a taser, most people are not going to immediately freak out. You pull out a knife, everybody knows exactly what that's going to do.
Yeah.
Like, and no matter what Hollywood tells you, disarming somebody with a knife still means you're probably getting cut. Like, there's very little chance you do not get cut by a knife.
Oh wow.
Why'd you say? Who said, "Oh wow"?
I did because apparently there's been some shit going down at West Monroe High School.
What happened?
I'm trying to glean the full story, but apparently some girl named Josie Barton posted a TikTok the other day saying we're all stuck in N-Wordville, and it has
Oof.
set off some stuff. Apparently, SWAT was there today, and people were. I'm really not sure what happened. I think there's been like threats thrown around, and they're worried that it's going to start fights between white and black students. And apparently, someone recorded her TikTok, and it went viral.
Wow.
She said she was driving onto the parking lot and said, "Lock your doors, we're in N-Wordville." Someone recorded that recording, and yeah. Woo. Surprised she can get her ass beat.
Yeah. Yeah, really surprised on that one. Or that the school was like, hey, because I mean, the problem is the school, can they suspend her for that or punish her for that?
Probably.
Technically, yes, but there's also a legal grounds to argue that's the shitty thing is her parents could take that to court and say that was done off campus, but there's been multiple court cases like this, and that is her being a racist little turd.
Anyway, sorry. I was just like, what the fuck?
Glad we're not streaming this because I'm going to say she kind of does deserve an ass beating.
Yeah.
It's one of those of no.
Some little white cheerleader girl, apparently.
No, stop. Don't do
Don't
it.
do it. No.
Anyway, okay, back to Eleanor. Ellie?
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I
Now
can.
we can.
I'm gonna go with You Know Who I Am.
Let me double check where that one is. Okay.
I get 2 forward when talking to supernatural creatures.
Right, that kind of functions like your emissary symbol.
Yeah, that's why I went with Sight and that, because I felt like they made the most sense in the beginning.
Okay, so going to levels up. What did you spend your levels up on, Emily?
Oh, I do have a question.
Oh, yes.
So kind of similar question that Emily asked. Am I going to be okay using a strobe for my gear?
Yes, I would say yes, because I don't know about newer ones that have computer stuff, but to my understanding, it's a simple circuit that has a alternating connector in there.
Okay, because the only alternative I would ask is if I would be able to have my backpack.
The backpack.
Yes.
I will allow the backpack instead if that's what you want, because y'all have all found way too much use in that fucking backpack.
So I can just put stuff in the backpack?
You have a bag of holding.
Cool.
I will say the caveat is you will sporadically reach in there and pull out like a pack of certs or other gum you forgot you had in there years ago.
I'm sure she's going to pull out random shit all the time. Like, oh, not that. Hold on, give me one moment.
All right.
Yay.
Sybil.
Okay. I think first off, I am going to do +1 weird to max it out to 3
Okay.
because that's what I'm going to use the most. I already know it. And second, I think I'm going to take another combat magic pick. And I think
What combat magic are you taking?
I think I'm going to take Earth so that I can still do Bolin.
Okay. So that gives you 2 level ups left.
Hang on, making the spacing freak out. Hang on.
You could just highlight it.
Oh, I was trying to fill in the bubbles. I'm being fancy.
The bubbles are just dots.
You sound weird now. No, they're bullets.
Oh, yeah. I moved my microphone up.
I'm gonna take enchanted clothing.
Okay.
And I want to take the sight, but counter magic is kind of cool.
So is spell precision.
Using magic to deal harm to a monster, roll plus weird on a 10 plus, you inflict 2 harm. All right, I'm gonna pick another Magus thing as my 4th. I'm not sure which, so you can go ahead and
Okay. Okay, Christina. You get 4 levels up.
I'm going to take enchanted clothing. Weird question. Would you say, like, where Eleanor was in the Dresden Files system, would her tough have been 0 or 1? Like, kind of comparatively.
She didn't really do a whole lot of kicking ass with a sword, but she was athletic.
I mean, I did use my cane sword a fair bit, I thought. But maybe not.
we have been playing this for a while. I could misremember, but let's see. Where is it? There was a move on another character sheet I was going to recommend to you. It's on the hex sheet.
Oh, now I'm wondering if I should take
It was
tough
roll weird instead of tough to kick ass, I think.
No, it's not just that one. It's let me open it up.
Oh, now I'm wondering if I should take a tough instead of another Magus thing.
Or you could always grab the natural armor from the chosen.
There are other playbooks I haven't looked at.
True. Can we take a couple minutes to look through those?
Yeah, I was gonna go to Hex to recommend one to you for Ellie because you were talking. You felt like she got nerfed power wise. It's burn everything.
That sounds like Sybil.
When you use magic to inflict harm, you can choose to inflict 3 harm area or 3 harm obvious. Ignore armor. It's a souped up version of what the Magus has.
Well, that's actually one thing I was gonna ask is like how we could do area spells because I'm just like I don't have any area spells now. Is that under the tomb?
It's under the tomb, Tome of Mysteries. Area effect has to be a tag from an element, or you can talk to me about it if it's not too ridiculous. Like Sybil had to do big magic to do area and not to harm certain people. Like if you wanted to do an area, I would say that's not big magic. That just might like take 1 damage away from what you do.
Where'd you say that armor thing was? Under which character?
It's chosen.
What's it called?
Invincible.
Oh, I don't think you called it that. You called it unarmored something.
I'd probably. I mean, it just wouldn't stack with like. It wouldn't stack with like your.
That does it
body armor.
It doesn't protect against magical though.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
It doesn't stack with other things though.
No, it doesn't stack. But here's the thing.
I was thinking about not taking the body armor and taking the revolver back or brass knuckles or something.
Sybil just pulls out brass knuckles and punches a guy.
I mean, you say that like she wouldn't do it.
I can see it.
I'm just thinking because the magical clothing only does 1 armor. Invincible is 2.
Well, hold on. Understand that the magical clothing is not 1 armor. It just reduces the harm you take by 1. So no matter what I throw at you.
But will that stack with invincible?
Yeah, because it's not counted as it's not an armor. It just reduces harm.
Okay, I might be taking that, but carry on.
Now there's one for Genie you mentioned underneath the gumshoe. Jessica Jones entry: when you double talk your way into a secure location, roll charm. On a 10+, pick 3. On a 7 through 9, pick 2. On a fail, pick 1.
There's also one that might be good for Genie. I don't know if she'd like this one or not. It's under the crooked. It's Grifter. When you're about to manipulate someone, you can ask the keeper what will convince this person to do what I want. And
no, that's a background, not a move.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Never mind. I can't read.
How many moves can we pick?
Huh?
How many moves can we pick?
You got 4 level ups that you can expend on pretty much. You can either let me find it. For y'all, it is for the most part you can take 2 moves from your own playbook, 2 moves from another playbook, or level up ratings. Or there is occasionally a specific one like Ellie could get another gift from her patrons. You get another move from the Kitchen Witch. Oh, you can take up to 3 moves from other playbooks.
Sweet. I like the Jessica Jones one.
Okay, if Emily will write that down and we can transfer it to a sheet later.
Okay, is that your first one that you picked as your level up, or did I miss one?
Yes.
Okay.
Very Genie like.
What's up?
I said it just seemed very Genie-like.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Also, I'm not
What
gonna.
does it do?
Okay, so what it is when you double talk your way into a secure location, you roll plus charm. If you get a 10 or higher, you get to pick 3 from the list. On a 7 through 9, you pick 2. On a fail, you pick 1. You don't leave any trace of what you searched. You find what you wanted. You find something else that's important. You don't piss anyone off, or you aren't recognized. It's very similar to the burglar background for the criminal.
I just saw that Christina posted it in Discord. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Like, the enchanted clothing should be an item. Because it literally
It's
is an item.
it is a move from the Spellslinger playbook. Items would be armor. I know this is technically physically an item, but it is one of those things that starts negating harm.
For another move, would supernatural guide fit Genie's relationship with like her grandma spirit?
Is that which character, or is that on your playbook?
It's on the pararomantic.
I'll be honest, that is the one I have looked at the least, but Kyle has made a pararomantic because now he's playing 2 characters in my game.
It says you have a connection to a supernatural being who's your guide into the world beyond.
Okay, so
I'm just not sure if it would fit because it seems like this one is coded like a romantic relationship rather than a familial one.
well, we can always reskin that. I mean, it's kind of like the original Powered by the Apocalypse that somebody was going to run for us back during quarantine, and it never happened. We were just like, yeah, we're not doing the sex rule. That's stupid. I think 15-year-olds wrote this.
There's a sex rule? What?
No,
Like,
okay.
if you sleep with someone, it improves like
Yeah.
your standing with them. It was kind of dumb.
It was
That is dumb.
it was similar to it's what I think Luck replaced
Where's the pararomantic?
on the Tome of Mystery. So if your guide is another hunter, determine together how the relationship works.
There it is.
Whenever you would roll plus weird, you can roll plus charm instead by channeling the power of your bond. When you do so and miss, in addition to the usual consequences you and your guide suffer. I don't think that would work necessarily for Genie because her charm and weird are the exact same, aren't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're both +2.
So tempted to get sympathetic token and use it against
What?
that evil witch.
What
As
is
long as you carry a personal object belonging to someone, such as a lock of hair, a treasured family heirloom, or a full set of toenails, you get +1 ongoing to use magic against them. You can also use magic against them at the distance. And if you use magic against them and miss, the token is lost, destroyed, or loses its power.
is that from the expert?
It's from Hex as well.
Hey, Aslog, fuck you.
You just Aslog, who the fuck? That's a magical knife. Who the fuck threw a magical knife?
Payback.
So in the Searcher, there's a move called Network. I'm not sure how broad that one would go. It says you may gain an ally group of others who have experiences similar to your first encounter. Perhaps they're a support group or a hobbyist club. That's not just like friends that I can call in a pinch, like the Elder.
Hold on, where is it at?
It's on the Searcher.
Okay, you have gained an ally group or other who are experiencing similar. These would be people you could call on, but I'll be honest, stuff like that always seems like it seems more like a role play element. It's just that I guess this is the way you could ensure that you could get a hold of them at any point.
Okay.
But the problem is it wouldn't be the Alder, because I'll be honest, the Alder is down to fight monsters, but none of your network would be able to fight them or be down to fight them. It's like, hey, here's those report. Oh wow, that is an Eldritch Hard. Good luck. Here it is. I'm gonna see myself back out. Calvin, I think, would be in a network.
Okay.
I feel like the big entrance for the Chosen is also Genie.
I was actually just looking at that one.
That is you all the time.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking the big entrance as my second move.
Okay.
Showy entrance into a day. Okay, I don't even have to read the entire first sentence. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
that's
Genie
finished.
basically already does that, so.
Yeah, but now it gives her an advantage.
So,
right, I'm gonna
roll
add that
cool
in.
on a 10+. Everyone stops and watches and listens to you until you finish your opening speech. On the 7 to 9, you pick one person or monster to stop, watch, and listen until you're You can stun. You can stun a room if you do this.
Filibuster!
I should just
You
have
miss,
this.
and suddenly you've pissed off a whole lot of people.
One of these ogres just turns around with his "Make America Great" shirt, "Make America Great Again" shirt. We made it illegal. When you yell filibuster.
Inaccurate.
I know. It's that has been something kids have been asking me about, and I said, look, filibuster is not in the Constitution, so technically you could remove it if you go through the right channels, because it's more or less you will be removing one of the things you can do, or one of the, I forget the correct term for it now, but you'll remove a procedure of Congress. That's all you're doing.
Are you gonna give us some of the like extra stuff we've gotten like through our successes? Like I'm thinking of Genie's trench coat, or my boots, or Sybil's
Death wards.
fire thing.
Some of I have to figure out how some magic items carry over.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking because that influences like other things I'm gonna pick up.
Like the enchanted clothing is going to be the warden cloak, or magical enchanted undershirt, or the jacket, because that reduces harm that you'll take. The value might not be the same as it was in Dresden, but again, it's because things are not going to be throwing as much damage at you. Also, the other ways you can negate damage in this game are so stupid, and I love them.
Does Genie have to take deal with the devil?
Which one is that on?
The crooked page.
No, you don't have to. I mean, you pick what you think works, or pick what works best. Like something in here like subtle magic. You roll plus on the kitchen witch sheet. When you roll plus cool to use magic spell without being noticed on a 10+, you cast a spell and nobody notices that you cast the spell, and you could literally smack somebody in the face with scalding hot coffee, and no one will have seen you cast that spell. Now, if you miss, everybody notices that you did it. I mean, it doesn't mean the spell doesn't happen. It just you just draw attention doing it.
Okay.
Q, you said that the invincible, it will not stack with body armor, right?
No, it does not stack with body armor.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of body armor then and pick something else.
Do the brass knuckles.
I mean, I've always had the revolver. I just don't use it much.
You'd be able to use it a lot more now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might use it more now, but I don't know. I'm probably more likely to use that than to punch somebody with brass knuckles, because I stabby.
I'm gonna have to make one of the wardens that y'all know just pull out a pair of brass knuckles. It'll be short stack. It would definitely be short stack.
Yeah.
she'll just start punching the hell out of someone's kidneys with brass knuckles.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So,
Okay, for my third move, can I take "It wasn't as bad as it looked" from the expert page?
is that the one that shrugs off damage?
Yeah, it says once per mystery you may attempt to keep going despite your injuries. Roll plus cool on a 10 plus, heal 2 harm, and stabilize your wounds.
Yeah, I think that, so that would take all the moves you could take from another playlist, and then you still have one level up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was that? That last one?
It wasn't as bad as it looked. I'll post it on I'll post it up in Discord.
So on the... Oh, just a sec.
I was gonna say, is he okay?
She's only taken those 2 moves,
I just
right?
kind of put the cart before the horse.
What'd you say?
She's just taken the. She just maxed out. She just took a 2 from the other playbook, right?
She's taken 3 from the other playbook.
3. What was the third one?
It wasn't as bad as it looked.
Oh, I hadn't written it down yet. Hurt.
So you get one more that either has to be a move from your playbook or a level up to one of your abilities.
So I'm not going to take this, but I feel like this would fit Genie. Contrary, on the flake page, when you seek out and receive someone's honest advice on the best course of action for you, and then do the exact opposite instead.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the restroom. Y'all keep looking.
Sorry,
I
Izzy
feel like-
decided...
Go ahead.
Oh, Izzy decided suddenly that she did not want to be in her daddy's arms anymore.
Oh.
You feel like what?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Was it about the contrary move?
Oh, I was gonna say I feel like she would do that to Sybil a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it would fit Genie, but I don't want to take it.
Yeah, it's funny, but I think it would probably cause issues.
I'm just going through all of the moves.
The "what could go wrong" move on the mundane page. Whenever you charge in immediate danger without hedging your bets, hold 2. I might pick that. I don't know yet.
I think you've maxed out the moves you can pick from the other spell books.
Yeah, you have.
Oh,
So you have to choose between like 3 between those. All of the other ones.
oh, I thought that I could pick 4. Sorry.
No, you can pick 3, which is more than we can.
Well, you can pick 3 moves from other playbooks, and you have 4 level ups, but you have a max of picking 3 moves from other playbooks.
So you took
So you could
Jones, the big entrance, and it wasn't as bad as it looked. That maxed out how many you can take from another playbook. You can still take kitchen witch moves, or you can up any of your scores.
so like if you want to.
I think I picked the kitchen witch moves already.
Yeah, but you get to pick more as you level up.
Oh, okay. Do I have to pick those now or no?
No, you can do whatever you want. You pick the 3 when you start, and whenever you level up, you take something from the level up list, which is get +1 charm, get +1 weird, get +1. He said charm twice. Or maybe you can do it twice. There you can pick +1 charm, +1 weird, +1 charm, +1 tough. Take another kitchen witch move, take another kitchen witch move, and then you have 3 options to take another playbook move. So you did your first 3 level ups, taking another playbook move, and now with your 4th level up, you can take another of your own moves, or you can add a plus to any of your ability checks.
Okay. Is there anything else that I need to figure out right now then?
You just have to pick what you want to do on your last level up.
You good? You happy? Good.
Because you've leveled up 3 times. You just need to level up 1 more time. So
you can
I guess-
choose a move from your playbook,
I'm
or
back.
you can up one of your stats.
Okay, then I will do.
Hewitt should in her leveling up, should it have get +1 charm twice?
No.
Because it's charm, weird, charm, tough.
It should be
Sharp.
sharp.
Okay, so you could up your charm. No, it's a max of 2, so you actually can't up your charm or cool. You could
Well,
up your sharp.
You can up your charm
No.
because it's up to max 3. You can up weird to max 3. You could up sharp to 2, or you could up tough.
Okay, you've got weird as a max of 2.
No, I'm looking at the bottom one on Kitchen Witch. It's weird as a max of 3.
You must have fixed it since I've had this one then.
I
It says 2.
I misspelled weird.
Yes,
So
you
you can add 1 to charm, weird, sharp, or tough. The max you can have in charm or weird is 3. The max you can have in sharp or tough is 2.
Okay, so for my last level up, do you guys think that I should take not my fault or meant to do that?
Meant to do that allows you to do a +1 forward to yourself or another person if you miss a spell.
Numbers, not my fault. Not my fault is when you act under pressure when you're dealing with the consequences of your own actions. I think is either one would fit Genie.
Right?
Meant to do that. Oh no, I fucked up here. You +1, you fix it.
I mean, she could keep the +1 for herself.
Well. It's not the consequences of my own actions.
Vincent, turn it
I
down.
don't know. I mean, either one kind of works.
I mean, and the next time you level up, you could always get the other one.
Yeah.
I'll do meant to do that.
All right, got that marked down.
Now, the good thing that, Emily, that you just did without raising any of your stats is that it does give you the opportunity for experience. Because whenever you fail a roll, if you roll a 6 or lower, you mark experience. because you get experience by completing missions, and you get experiences by fucking up, which is
Yep.
one reason I don't raise several of my stats.
Woo! So going forward, are we going to be doing more short campaigns or short missions? Like problems that can be solved in one session, or
Some of them may, but they're probably, my goal is to do like 2 to 3.
okay, just curious as to how that would work.
At the end of each session, I ask you a series of questions, and then you get experience off those questions. Usually, it's 1 to 2 points of experience, usually, or 3 if you solve the mission or solve the mystery. Which you can solve the mystery with a judicial amount of force on something. We don't know what it is, but we blew it up. I'm like, yeah, you solved the mystery. It's gone now.
Oh dang, Hewitt. West Monroe apparently took down their official page to get rid of all the people's comments about this.
Wow.
Can you send me this thing?
So
Sounds like a dumpster fire.
so many.
I'll try.
So I'm
not
assuming
sure
that the
how.
racist redneck parents were saying she didn't say anything wrong and nobody should threaten this little girl.
Well, I'm reading this one long thing about it, and I can't share it. It's from someone's page. I'm gonna see if I can somehow share this with y'all.
And then other people were rightfully calling her out, but probably used explicit language. Okay, Christina, have you picked yours?
No.
Huh?
No.
Have you picked even a ones?
Oh, what fits more?
Huh?
I don't know what fits more.
What are your options?
Too many.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Ellie would really love that I speak their language.
Yes, but I haven't had that yet.
I know. I'm just saying I knew that when I made that one, you'd want it.
Well, part of the problem is it looks like I can only pick up 2 more of these moves, and I mean, having the sight being one of those moves, I mean, well, not one of those moves, but I don't know, like, the enchanted clothing is extremely helpful, and I don't have another ability like that. Calling my name is so integral to my character at this point.
Well, I mean, once you also get past level ups, you will be able to take more emissary moves. Also, we're probably going to break the leveling system on this because I took away one level up function, which is you may retire this character. I took that option away, so I'll probably allow it to where you're able to grab extra moves, since that's like I'm not going to run this like a normal Monster of the Week campaign to where there's always a chance your character may die. But I'm not going to be running it to where I'm trying to kill y'all every single week, because that doesn't make sense for the narrative of the story so far. Anyway,
Would you be willing to this can be done later, but would you be willing to add area, like an area effect to a few of the bases? Like as an option. So instead of like
I think what it is, I'd be more willing to say if you sacrifice one harm, you can make it an area effect. But always remember, when you do an area effect, there's a good chance you're in the same area as it. It's not like how with Fate worked, there were like different zones.
not really going to be able to use my like sound spell anymore. or my bullet like metal controlling spell.
No, you would be able to. They just might not fall. They might. God, it's again. It's where's that cheat sheet? Like your sonic spell, you could deal that as a harm one, or you could use that as a technically, I think you could use that as trap because you're stunning them in an area with a scream.
Or disorienting.
Yeah, so I mean
that's I guess what I'm confused about is like how would I do those things?
I mean it all depends on. I mean, you could reword almost any spell you had in Dresden that was not an attack spell into an attack spell now. It's more or less tell me, we'll figure out what you want to do. And it might not be like you have that rote spell ready to drop at all times. It's just, okay, I'm going to screech or yell like I have before, and I want to stun a whole room. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like you're kind of trapping them because you're going to incapacitate them for a second. Oh, man, y'all can scry super easy in this now. I'm in trouble. Hewitt, I want to know where Aslog is right now. Fuck. Would you roll? A 12? Fuck. Aslog's at the supermarket. Stealing candy from babies.
In some ways, this system seems like it's better suited for like lower level things, because like y'all mentioned, your like group fought like what like an archaic demon from hell.
No, Spence had the Mangle twins, who the problem is Spence gave both these NPCs plot
I'll
armor.
be right back. I'm gonna go put that boy to bed. I didn't realize it was 8:25.
Oh wow. It's more like Spence gave them plot armor because they were soaking up 4 damage every hit, ignoring tags, and had over 15 health each. Like that is what Spence did because I love him. I love his DM style, but he does not improvise well to people not following. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Vincent, come here.
No, I got it. Look at me. I asked you to hand it to me. I didn't tell you to put it here. If it had fallen on the floor, it could have broken and you would have had no iPad. Look at me. Look, Daddy. When I tell you to get off the iPad, it's time to get off the iPad and you do it gently. You understand? Okay? Pick up those blocks. And it's time to go to bed.
You heard Mommy.
Pick up the blocks until that
Put your blocks where they're supposed to go.
in that box in your room and then come back and tell Daddy goodnight.
Emily?
I'm here.
I had to play back up to Emily.
Ah.
Vincent decided to freak out when he got the iPad taken away from him. So, what is it, buddy? Tell them good night too.
Good night.
Did y'all hear him?
Good night, Vincent.
Go to bed. He's stomping. He does not want to go to bed.
Poor babe. Poor Vincent.
Okay, so any idea on moves you might want? Or what ones from your playlist would you like? Because technically, you could grab enchanted clothing off of someone else's playlist and still leave yourself 2 of your own to grab.
Well, looking at other people's playlists, I think they were really. I mean, I like a lot of them, but there were really only two I was interested in. I think, like, really interested in, and they were. Also, the Searcher sounds really fun. Not for. I wouldn't do that for Ellie, but they sound really fun.
In the
Tome.
in the Adventure Zone,
Mhm.
Clint's second character was a searcher because his first one took a shotgun to the chest trying to save somebody.
Fun.
It made oh no, this thing is great. It's like, Griffin, you killed Dad, because it's three brothers and their dad playing games. Also making Clint's character to be the first one to perma-die out of anything they've done.
Sad.
Oh no, they made a huge, like, at first I was like, okay, they're gonna write it off, but no, like, it affected, like, everybody role played it to really affect them. It was really cool. But which one? Just any of the thing under Searcher?
No, I was actually looking at Hex. For Ellie, either I like your burn everything. When you use magic to inflict harm, you can choose to inflict 3 harm, area magic, obvious, or 3 harm, ignore armor, magic, obvious. But I also really like Force of Will, which is to dispel a magical effect, blocking a spell, or suspending a phenomenon, roll weird. On a hit, momentary magics are cancelled completely, and long-lasting spells and effects are suspended temporarily. On a 10+, you can also spend luck to instantly snuff out a powerful spell or strange effect. On a 7 to 9, you take 1 harm as the strain of it unravels me. That sounds like a really cool one.
That is really badass. Ellie's just like, get that magic out of here.
I dare French to show up again. I dare her.
I pity the
Ooh.
fool.
Wait, if I had Force of Will, I could have used that against her. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take Force of Will.
Okay, so that's one from another playbook.
Yup. And then
They're reading the Wonky Donkey. I just heard both of them yell hee haw from the back of the house.
so enchanted armor?
What'd you say?
Is enchanted clothing armor?
No, it is a separate thing. Armor reduces damage but can be worked around. If it says reduce harm, it means whatever damage I deal to you, you take one less.
Okay.
So that's one way to get around. I guess I got to talk to them about. Yeah, that means that, like, her ability means bullets would not really affect her as much. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should make it to where your enchanted clothing, everybody has one piece of it, because y'all all did have that. Yeah, let's do that.
Do what?
Just
So does that mean we should pick another move to replace enchanted
yeah,
item?
take another move to replace enchanted clothing. Just move it somewhere else on your character sheet that states that you have a piece of enchanted clothing that reduces harm by 1.
Could I just keep it under my moves, or
Yeah.
is it not supposed to be under moves?
You can just note that it's not a move anymore, and help.
If I make character sheets for us at some point, would you be cool with that?
Yeah,
I might try to play around and basically recreate them. They might have slightly different fonts though.
well, I made it look like this because it's the closest I could get to the regular character sheet.
Yeah, I was just talking about like making it almost like a PDF and form fillable.
Yeah, that'd be perfectly fine.
Okay, I might try playing around with that at some point.
So, yeah, we'll just note that enchanted clothing is just something you have, and then I need, while we're waiting for Emily to get back, if y'all could send me in a message a inventory list, and we'll see what we can do. Some of the items might turn into something you can use like once a session or once a hunt.
like before.
kind of thing. Yeah, like it gives you a temporary boost to something, but not something that would be game breaking.
Emily, baby. Oh,
Where's the baby?
Izzy on Facebook. She sent it in the message. Izzy. I need
Yeah, I'm
in
typing.
so I can kiss her.
I'm typing with one hand and holding a bottle in her mouth with the other.
Parenting.
I don't know. I guess I would just get used to it. But when I was holding Izzy back around Christmas, I was just like, how do y'all do this for hours?
And she's gotten heavier now. She's gained 3 pounds in a month, and she's gotten 4 inches longer.
It's the Izzy.
Hewitt, I was telling Emily that I'm gonna laugh if she's taller than both of them.
God, I hope so.
Is that
We're
Cam?
some short shorties.
Huh.
Ooh, I was so mad today. So there's a store called Once Upon a Child that you can bring baby clothes to, and they will buy the baby clothes and give you money. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Izzy's grown out of all of her newborn clothes. I'm gonna take all of her clothes over there. I get there and they're like, I'm sorry, we can't accept things if they're in a bag. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, you have to bring things over in a cardboard box or a clear plastic tub no bigger than this size.
Yeah,
like,
they do that.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Oh, my
Why?
experience at Once Upon a Child, it gets worse.
Ah,
It gets worse. So I'm like, well, I'm already here. They're like, oh yeah, you can take it in a bag for your first time, but we're just gonna give you a warning for next time. I'm like, a warning? A warning?
It's brave of you to assume I shall return.
I
So
would have even
anyways.
given them clothes at that point.
It gets worse. So they go through and they sort through the clothes, and as they're sorting through the clothes, they're like, "Oh, we don't accept this brand. We don't accept this brand. Oh,
they
we don't
They don't
accept.
accept anything from Walmart because they can't sell it any cheaper than Walmart does.
We don't accept Fisher Price products."
What?
And I'm like, So I brought a bag of like 25 baby things, and they picked out 5 that they were going to buy, and I'm like, okay, whatever, snobs.
They won't
And
take
then-
one of the most known children's brands.
They do not.
What the? I know they don't take like cloth toys and stuff, but what the fuck?
But then, this is the part that kills me. So they took 5 items. And do you know how much money they paid for 5 items?
$5.
$8.
$4.20.
Bro, I'd have walked
You
out.
took all of them away.
I mean, I was just in shock. So I took the $4.20.
No, you should have
I-
wasted their
I
time.
would have walked the fuck out. Oh my god. When ours we went took stuff when ours opened, so they were taking like all the things, but
I don't think
except they will not take. They will take Target brand clothes, at least they used to, but they will not take
they
the
will
Walmart brand.
they will not take Garanimals because there is no way they can sell them cheaper than their initial asking price and still make a profit.
I looked at Ira, I'm like, this is some fucking GameStop bullshit.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, this is the GameStop of children's clothes. What the fuck?
Imagine what it's like when they get older and you can deal with the GameStop of toddler to 9-year-old clothes at Plato's Closet.
No, that's older people, dear.
I thought that was the
Plato's Closet's like teenage, early 20s clothing.
Oh, I thought that was the one like 9 to 10, like the one that's just
No,
above.
that's still Once Upon a Child.
Oh, I didn't see any like older kid clothes in there the
Yeah,
last
like
time
the
we
very
went.
first time we went, they took a lot other than stuff that had a lot of like cloth on it, and then the next couple times they didn't take like anything. And I just gave up. I'm like, I'm just gonna donate this shit or sell it on Facebook.
I think I'm just gonna keep everything, and if it's like boy or unisex, I'm just gonna send it to my brother. But if it's like more girly, I'm just gonna save it for the next time someone I know has a child.
Yeah, we've given a lot of stuff to friends that have even
Jed and Amherst
Amherst.
have 2 little boys, and their oldest Arthur, he is a solid little kid. Like he's like more than a head shorter than Vincent,
chunk.
but he wears the same size pants as Vincent. Like they just have to cuff the legs. He is everything. He walks into a room like he's going to tackle something. This is like a chunk of an awesome little kid. But his younger brother Elijah is the one I like because he just comes over to me and looks at me, and I just end up,
Because he baby.
yeah, I just pick him up and he falls asleep on me, and I'm like, okay, I'm 100% fine with this. I can do nothing else important because I am now bed. Because I was talking to his mother one time, and all of a sudden he sat up off of me, put a hand on my chin, and turned my head to him, and he gave me this bleary stare, like "Excuse me, I'm sleeping," and then laid back down.
We have friends with a 9-year-old, and their 9-year-old is taller than me and weighs more than me. He's just he's a large child.
That's a big 9-year-old. Like, it weirds me out how much bigger than Harley is than Vincent when they're only like 6 months apart. But that's a big 9-year-old, dude.
Have you not seen her?
Is Harley just like really big, or is Vincent small? Or
Vincent's pretty average, actually. He used to be on the smaller side, but if I compare him to a lot of the kids in his class, he's pretty average.
Harley has been mistaken for a 4th grader.
Looking at Harley, I would think she could be in 4th or 5th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
I forget that she's like so close to Vincent's age. She's much more mature than him.
That is 100% Misha's doing. Like she said she intentionally did that because she wasn't doing the baby crap.
Oh, look at Daisy. She's so cute. I love the Totoro onesie.
Emily,
I know.
We're switching the enchanted clothing to just an item that y'all automatically have since everybody already had it. So you can pick another move than
Should I put my gear?
You could, I guess, or just, I mean, don't add it to the.
I'm not gonna bother moving it.
Just note that it's different.
I'm just gonna put a note that it's
because y'all are gonna be adding crap to other sections of the character sheet. Because like I said, I need y'all to send me an inventory, and then I can try to work it into something that works in the system. Like the pin from Samedi might be like, oh, here's a bonus to charm.
Okay, if that's the case, I am going to take sight.
Yeah, Emily, I'll take not my fault.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Not my fault.
I'm not to blame. It was the gypsy who set my soul aflame.
Hellfire. Sorry. That's gonna now live rent free in my head for about the next 2 days.
I'm assuming your enchanted clothing is your jacket.
Yeah.
What was the response to me saying it's gonna live rent free in my head?
You're welcome.
However, it's gonna go between Megabyte singing it, because that's the guy who is the voice of Mr. Thirsty Asshole that thinks he's holier than thou, and Anna Pantsu singing it. So, yeah, that's going to be my brain for a while. And then randomly in the middle, there's going to be, we don't talk about Bruno, and then it's going to stop and leave me going, okay, could you play the rest of the song?
Don't talk about Bruno, no. And it's so much better than Let It Go.
I'm going to say this.
It slaps in 21 languages, for crying out loud.
I will say this. I love all the music in that movie except for one song. And it is the first song, because I got so tired of hearing Madrigal.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I got so mad at that, and then at the end when Grandma was like, you don't even care about this family, like, bitch, she sang for you about 20 minutes about how great you are. You shove that up your ass. Tired of this bullshit, Abuela. You gave everybody here conditions. Because I've seen people that are breaking it down what what trauma each member of the Madrigal family actually has.
Oh, the trauma.
Each
Ira was teasing me. He's like,
Generational.
yeah, Ira was teasing me. He's like, wow, this movie helped me figure out how to talk to my Colombian wife about her generational trauma.
like just everybody breaking it down, like why each of the siblings has, like Pepe is high strung, Bruno broke because he just kept saying that his power was bad, so he kind of went a little crazy, and then Mirabelle's mother is depressed. Though I would argue she has the best power because she can give me a pot roast that, makes me feel better. And it'll heal a wound. That is best power. Though I had a friend ask me last night for a D&D game, what do you think Encanto 2 is going to be? Because they're going to make one.
I kind of don't.
Mad Mirabelle didn't get her own room. Like, yeah, sure, she's the gift, but you could at least give her own room, you dusty old house.
I kind of feel like the whole house is hers, and
But
I
she's
thought,
literally staying in the nursery.
yeah,
Still, that's my issue. It's like, even Abuela got her own room, and Abuela doesn't have magical power.
see, I was, before I saw more about the movie and before we actually watched it, I thought, is her actual gift going to be like her connection with the house? But then it was like, oh no, they're not gonna do that.
Seems, I mean, at the end, considering she put in the doorknob and
Yeah,
it
that's
had
how I
her
kind
name
of
on
felt.
it.
Like she kind
But-
of made her door, but
I mean, hopefully, like, she got her own room. Like, they could at least
I would
give her that.
hope
There's just a bed in the
they
main
rebuilt the whole
foyer.
damn house. You'd think they would have given her her own room.
Give that baby a room that's not a baby room.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of messed up. It's like, you're gonna sleep in the nursery forever. I am an adult. Can I have at least a room that is not magical? Jesus Christ.
I'd be like, I'm just going to build a house next to Casita. That's where I live now, so I'm not in here with my little cousin. Like, I love him, and I'm going to be super supportive because I am the nurturer this family needs, but I need my space.
And then imagine when her cousins start having kids, she still would be in the same room with them.
Oh, man, it's
I
like,
think the saddest thing that I saw was someone made a TikTok and was like, so you know how Antonio is 5 and Mirabel is 15? That means that Abuela was bugging Peppa for 10 years to have another child so that she could say that the magic hadn't died.
oh my fucking God.
Jesus.
I had not thought about that.
I hadn't either.
Isn't that dark as hell?
That's fucking dark.
Yeah, but it checks. It totally checks. It's also probably why she wanted, God, I just blanked on the sister that's perfect, that went punk rock.
Isabella.
Yeah, there's probably like, you need to get married. I'm like, isn't she like 16? And
She's 21.
Oh, she's 21? Okay.
Yeah, she and Dolores are 21. They're the oldest cousins.
Disney finally adding older characters.
I thought that the strong sister was the oldest.
No, she's 19.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought that Louisa was the oldest one. That's why she had all that pressure on her.
No, Lin-Manuel Miranda based her off of his oldest sister, but she's the middle child technically in the movie.
Okay.
Oh, I thought she was the oldest.
Okay, because I'm sorry. I thought Isabella was like just a little bit older than Mirabelle, and they
Yeah,
were
I
going to
did
try to
too.
marry her to what looks like the guy on the cover of a Colombian Harlequin magazine or book.
I missed parts, so I didn't even know how old Mirabelle was supposed to be.
I think
Like, I
she's
missed it
15.
at the very beginning.
I was
Okay,
gonna say, I
missed
thought
the
she was
very
15,
beginning.
16.
How old is Camilo?
15.
Oh God, that means that Abuela was not just bothering Pepe or Peppa or how you
They
supposed.
look good for their age. 50 years old.
What, the triplets were 50?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Wow,
Hey,
that
I
means that they waited a hot minute before having kids, which is also kind of responsible.
I mean, Colombians just age well. It's just a thing.
Sorry, they're vampires.
It's the magic.
All right, y'all need to help me pick.
Okay.
Help me. All right, so I went with Force of Will, which is really cool. I hope I don't miss. Did you see that one, Emily?
Which one?
Force of Will.
On the hex page. More or less like, this magic gonna stall out right now.
Yeah, I can like either like suspend them temporarily or cancel them completely. And if I spend luck and get a 10+, then I can just completely snuff it out.
What is it?
Force of Will.
Now that
Oh.
now the only thing I'll say is that sounds like that works on magic. It might not work necessarily with big magic, because they are qualified as different things.
So it's kind of like counter magic, but counter magic's when you're protecting somebody.
Yeah.
Because when you're willing, you're to dispelling a magical effect, blocking a spell, or what is a phenomenon?
Like say that you're dealing with a fury and it's unleashing like an area effect that's gonna make everybody go into a rage.
So it's like casting dispel magic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Should I go with dispel magic instead?
That's force. That's what Force of Will is.
No, there's not a move dispel magic. That is
That's basically what it is what I was saying. That's what I compared it to. Force of Will sounds pretty cool.
Yours, counter magic. All right. So other ones I'm thinking of is the polygot one's really cool. Even if I don't get this one now, I really want that one in the future, no matter what. Call on my name because it's just classic. I use when I use magic to inflict harm, I add 2 harm obvious. Got you seems really cool because I have a shitty cool, but I know Eleanor is usually trying to take blocks for people. When helping someone out, treat your roll as 10+. That seems really strong.
well, the thing is with it is that help out is such a specific thing. And the thing about 10+ on help out, where is it? On 10+, you help them, which means you grant them a +1 to their roll. So that's help out, not protect someone. So more or less, it's automatically, if you choose to help someone, you're like, okay, they automatically get a +1 to this. Because I know what we're doing, type situation. Or you act like you know what you're doing and you convince everybody that it's fine.
I mean,
Sounds like Eleanor.
The I know people is a pretty good one too.
yeah, if someone lies to you, you know it. And then Supernatural Socialite seems interesting. I haven't played enough Monster of the Week games. Like, is that something Eleanor's tried doing? Like,
Well, what it is,
charm monsters, or has it pretty much exclusively just been supernatural creatures?
well, the monsters are the supernatural creatures. The reason I put supernatural creatures, well, it's monster. I mean, the thing is that, like, we're not dealing with just monsters. Y'all are going to be role-playing with other people. And you might not be able to use the same techniques on humans that you are on supernatural creatures as you do on humans. So it
Do
would
I need to take that then?
not necessarily. It just means that you'd be making charm rolls, not making a manipulate someone roll. Like, instead of rolling for charm somebody on manipulate someone, I'll be like, all right, roll plus charm, and we'll see where this goes. Like, if you rolled a 10, I'm like, they're probably receptive to what you're saying. But if you charm somebody and you got a 10, they got to do what you're saying to do. Does that make sense?
It's just making me wonder if I should change You Know Who I Am to Supernatural Socialite instead.
Well, no, when you do you know who I am. That means whenever you're speaking with supernatural creatures, you always have a +2 to your roll. So that means that if you rolled an 8, you actually rolled a 10.
Okay.
So with your level ups, how many have you've taken? One from another playbook.
That's it.
Okay. So you still have 3 more. How many moves have you taken from your playbook?
I've only taken the base.
Okay. So I think call on your name really works.
Yeah.
And there's foresight at the bottom that might work.
Yeah, that's another thing I was wondering is if I should, because that's, yeah. I just started wondering if I should change my foci from reduce harm from big magic by 1 to maybe one of the sharp ones instead. Or
Well,
there's even the gift, which is hold 1 on any sharp roll.
Let's see, what is that one? Insight, hold
Sorry,
one on any.
I was thinking patron knowledge, not foresight.
All right. Because foresight, once per mystery, you may ask the keeper any question. In addition to the normal questions for either a successful read, a bad situation, or investigate a mystery. So instead of having to go off that list to ask me, you could just ask me straight up anything. But if you're like, Hewitt, what type of monster is this? I'm like, well, shit. It's a big one.
Are you going to be super vague like that?
It
You
depends.
have to be completely honest, though.
I do have to be completely honest with the response.
Yeah, but like, if you're just going to be like, it's big, then I don't want to take it. Because then that seems like it's a waste.
No, I probably
did
would.
something like that in a Pathfinder game, and it just, the GM was just like,
No, I won't do the Fae thing with it, but if it's like a creature you've never heard of, I will probably say it is related to something that you know.
yeah, or it seems like it can do these things, or okay.
Or I might say, hey, it's a Tarask, but you don't know what the hell a Tarask is. But you can't then ask me what is a
I think I've
Tarask.
heard about Tarasques before. Where did I read that?
I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, I might throw out a monster at you that you don't
Yeah.
like. I might say, you're like, what is it? And I'll tell you its name, and then you got to figure out what the hell that is. Like I was saying, it's a Kikimora.
I know you're probably not going to be able to answer this as well, but like, are the things that are going to be throwing at us, like, is it worth it for me to invest in body armor, or what was one of them?
Well, here's the thing. I said I was going to figure out a mechanic for the shields because they don't fit in here. Because that's what y'all relied on a lot to soak damage.
Be able to change one of these after, depending on what our inventory looks like afterwards.
Well, if you're talking about gear, you can always change gear. Like,
oh, I meant like my moves.
If it's usually no, but if it's something like that hasn't been used in an extremely long time,
I just meant before we officially start the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want to change something up right before we start, that's perfectly fine.
Like after the test session, if I'm like, no, I'm not feeling that, I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because I'm not sure of some things, like especially like since I've only played I think 2 Monster of the Week games, I don't really know how damage works very well. So I'm just wondering, like, do I need to take more, I guess, damage absorbing abilities, or am I probably going to be good? Like, I'm not sure how different it's going to be with this, you know?
Right. Now, when I was making this, if you want what I would think Ellie would have grabbed, is I know she would have gotten call on my name.
Yeah. I added that one. So
okay, so you got one You got one from another playbook and one from this one. Now, with this, quick wards also sounded like something Ellie would possibly grab, because that would just shut something out of an area very quickly, but it's always short term. Like, she doesn't have to think about wards. She can just drop them. Because Ellie was the one that was always talking about wards. Foresight, I could see is good. Patron knowledge, I could see is good, but maybe being one you picked up after you got to the advanced level up options.
What are advanced moves?
When you get advanced moves, that's when you roll a 12. So, like on Kick Some Ass, you get additional effects. When you do magic, you get extra effects. So until you have an advanced move on a 12, like Act Under Pressure, when you roll a 12, you may choose to do either do what you wanted and something extra, or do what you want to absolute perfection. On Charming folks, not only do they do what you want right now, they also become your ally for the rest of the mystery. So there's advanced moves when you roll a 12, gives you additional things that are options. But until you make an advanced move, a 12 just counts as a 10 plus.
All right. I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions.
No, this is fine. That way we can start thinking about it, because you got to make the decisions.
Yeah. Well, I guess my other question comes back to the supernatural, like, charming. So monsters would include basically, like, fae, werewolves, the Loa,
Yeah,
god, like,
it would.
I mean, has Eleanor basically been able to manipulate them already? I guess that's what I'm worried about, is like, is charm gonna limit me a lot with all the supernatural now?
No, I mean, with picking the one you've already picked, that is basically your emissary ability that you had in Dresden. So,
I could still convince them to do things if I rolled high enough, which I
right.
wouldn't be able to do anymore.
What'd you say?
I wouldn't be able to do that anymore, though, unless I choose supernatural socialite.
No, you picked the one you know who I am. So that was whenever you called on your emissary thing, that was you had added to your social role whenever you activate basically your emissary mode. So that's
Right, but like I could use my base like charm or my social skills on any of the supernatural creatures minus like actual beasts. So like when it came to fae and werewolves or whatever, like it's not like I had to have a special ability on top of that.
well, I mean,
That's I guess what I'm confused about.
the thing I'm saying is that as a hunter, you cannot use manipulate someone on a monster, which is what supernatural socialite does. But you don't necessarily have to manipulate somebody to still get them to do what you want. It's just a slightly different mechanic. But if you did pick supernatural socialite and kept you know who I am, that means I'm about to have a whole lot of trouble resisting you with supernatural creatures. Because that's a +2 when you manipulate people. And
Okay.
then, but
I guess I would just, how different would it be though? Like if I was trying to convince this fae to help us out, how would manipulate be different than charm?
charm would be almost like you are actually God, I'm trying to figure it out, because you can use charm to also do intimidate and stuff like that. But I mean, the big thing is like you might not be able to compel them to do it. Like
Okay.
if you rolled high enough, the suggestion gets them to do it, but you wouldn't have the ability to necessarily compel them. But if you wanted to grab a move from another spell sheet, because a lot of these abilities double up, you could take an ability from the monstrous. If I can get to where there's the monstrous. There we go. No, not that. Dark Negotiator is the exact same thing as your supernatural socialite.
Okay.
So you could take a move from another play sheet and still leave yourself open another one for another move from the emissary sheet if that's what you wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that seem like something that would work so you could stack them?
Maybe. I mean, that's another one of those things I'd want to like see how it actually works in the game.
Well, just set it up to try it out for now, and if we got to change it, we can change it.
Okay.
Okay, and then you have one more?
I have two more.
Well, no, you picked Call on My Name. We're temporarily locking in Dark Negotiator, and you took...
Oh, I thought you wanted me to leave that one out.
No,
To
I'm
see what
saying,
it was
I'm
like
just...
without it.
No, I'm saying, get that one and see what it is, and if you don't like it, you can then switch that move out.
Okay.
So that leaves you with one more for level up.
Yep.
What did you switch out for? Oh no, you were going to pick enchanted clothing, but you don't have to because we just made it something y'all have.
Yeah, so I chose Force of Will, Call on My Name, Sight, well, yeah, so I guess I had Sight and You Know Who I Am, and then I added on Call on My Name, Force of Will. And so I'm either gonna, I guess, raise my tough to 1, or I'm gonna pick up one more. Let's see. Shouldn't I my charm?
You could, or you could pick another gift. Then again, you can roll weird for charm, can't you? No, you picked Haven and you picked Serenity.
Yeah, well, I already have a high charm. It is a +2. I was just meaning like I can't level it up at all.
When you get to the advanced level ups, like once you get past level 5, you can get a +1 to any rating, max of 3.
Okay, cool. Alright, guys. Should I add a gift, which will either give me +1 to a sharp roll, or take 1 less harm from the keeper? I speak their language, where basically I can speak any language. Or I don't know. Foresight does seem cool. Patron knowledge is similar, +1 forward to sharp rolls.
What have you taken so far again?
Force of Will. Call on My Name. You Know Who I Am. Sight. And then the technically supernatural socialite, but it's the different one.
Did you take? There's still patron knowledge.
Yeah, there's patron knowledge, there's foresight, or I could choose a gift, which would either give me a +1 to sharp roll or take 1 less harm from the keeper.
What's your sharp?
A 1.
I don't know. Any of those would be a good improvement.
I don't know, just if she takes I speak their language, like no one knows what this is except Ellie.
I'd kind of like, I speak their language, but I think it would be cool if there was like some plot point to it that makes sense as to why I can suddenly do that. So that would be a really cool thing
As a
to
level up.
incorporate it. Yeah, to incorporate into the plot so that it makes a little more sense too. Like I tap into some power maybe it's okay to tap into, or I shouldn't have tapped into, or I find some object, or I don't know, like maybe I learned from a mass. I don't know. It's such a big thing. It would be cool to incorporate it.
You and Legba have just been practicing languages for like the last several years. You finally unlocked the Legba stone. You now know all language.
Or it works now if your whole world has changed. Oh, I understand languages. Look at that.
You learned French.
Why? Bad Hewitt. Right,
What'd you say?
just trying to decide. What are we doing next?
I'm going to double check to make sure Emily's got everything, and then that might be what we do.
I think I'm good.
I know that Emily had to pick another one because of the magic, the enchanted clothing.
No, I just picked sight.
Okay.
Is this going to function just like our other site?
Mostly.
Yeah, pretty much.
It just now has some mechanics on seeing some things.
And we won't take harm from it?
Not unless you do something really, really...
No, it's
unless we miss.
If you miss, you leave yourself open to stuff. Hang on. On a miss, you may still get one hold, but you're exposed to supernatural danger. Unfiltered hidden reality is rough on the mind, so...
Yeah, there's still a chance to take damage if you don't do well.
Which we've heard ourselves using sight before, so... That kind of tracks.
What do I at the start of every game? Duties. I have a job. Must fulfill.
At the start of, every time we start a new mystery, we roll weird. And your patrons will ask you to do something.
That miss is gonna be... They asked me to do something terrible.
You just see somebody walks in. Okay, Eleanor, I need you to do something for me. My buddy Tyrese is in jail. I need you to go break him out of Angola.
That's a drive.
Or there's going to be someone in town that the Loa, okay, we have not asked you to do this in a very long time, but we need you to kill a bitch.
Oh, God.
There's a real estate agent from New York that is down here that is trying to open up a hotel in the old trade center. Fuck him. We need him gone.
Making me do the dirty work. They could kill them so much easier.
I would kill Trump for free. Are you kidding me?
I think the rain just picked up.
Yeah, it did. I had to take out my headphones. I wasn't sure what that noise was.
Oh, it's raining here too.
So
weird. I always think about the council, and I'm just like, oh, we don't mind if you murder them with a sword or a gun or torture, but don't you dare use magic.
Pretty sure they're not
down. It's an accident.
Pretty sure like the torture thing they wouldn't be cool with.
I mean, if they're not using magic.
It's like, Harry Dresden, you're accused of... Holy crap, did you tie him with a belt that was wet and then let it dry and start cutting into his arm? Yeah?
And I do it again!
Oh, okay, well, he didn't use magic. Free to go. You little sociopath. Why don't you try foresight just as another?
Saying they were like really literally gonna like they were willing to kill Genie because she used her magic against someone literally summoning that which should not be named.
They're
Never forget.
You know,
they're
the biggest
they're
juju out there, and they're like, no, you shouldn't have done that, you know, even though that could have brought about the end of the universe as we know it. No, bad,
You-
how dare you? And I'm just like, this council needs to go down. I hope all their asses get murdered at some point. This is how Eleanor turns dark, by the way.
Well, I mean, you know what's more dangerous than that shall not be named big bad evil bad guy? A barista.
Genie. Let's be fair. How little damage did that thing do while it was being summoned and then banished versus what all you have done?
I plead the fifth.
To be fair, Genie is more disruptive than destructive.
I feel like that's probably accurate.
Except that she did piss off Mab. That was the thing that happened.
I mean, to be fair, that doesn't take much.
No, it does not. But Genie went for broke with that
Genie
shit.
did it so fast.
People got whiplash.
Genie's annoying.
Now,
He was just being obnoxious.
I think you mean endearing.
yeah. To be fair, though, you have one NPC that has almost been as disruptive as Genie in the course of one game.
Calvin?
No, the emissary has. Okay, here's the thing. There is still gonna be backlash from what the Rougarous emissary did because Summer never fucking forgets. So that's not really your problem, but it could be if he shows up. Titania's mad.
Is she already mad with us because of Sybil?
Y'all are friendly with Winter, so she's already if and sus with y'all.
Which is funny because wasn't she like friends with Eleanor's parents?
Titania is still friends with your mom.
That's
I believe.
gonna be awkward. Yeah, Hewitt, I'd like to see my mom. We've seen all of Sybil's family and really none of Genie and Eleanor's.
I've got an uncle.
You do have Uncle Machete who raises rancors.
I have an evil ancient hag.
Your dad might be back.
That doesn't that's they're also bad.
Can we do a Mother's Day game where like all of our moms come into town?
Oh my god. Oh my
Okay.
god.
That would be hilarious.
I love this.
Well, let me add something to the list.
Oh my god.
I'm mostly curious because I kind of let Genie's mom be up to Hewitt, and then he picked a picture of like the hottest tattoo artist to ever compete on that tattoo reality show.
What is it called? Something Inc. I can't remember what it's called.
Something like that. I don't fucking know.
So,
Yes, I say this has to happen.
okay. Eleanor, what was the last one you wanted to temporarily go with? I suggest Forsyth just to play with it and see.
It's really a toss up between that and patron knowledge.
Actually, let's go with Patron Knowledge. That one might have more playability long run.
Okay. And if I don't like one of these after a session or two, I can like test session, I can change it potentially.
After the test session, we can switch some stuff around.
Okay.
All right, and a reminder, M, what did you pick?
Hang on, my headphones falling off my head. Just in general?
Yeah.
One sec.
Is it okay that I kept? Never mind.
I picked knowledge is power, so I use weird instead of tough to, kick some
I'm
ass.
talking. I mean, level ups.
Oh, I did. What did I do? I maxed out my weird to 3. I took 2 Magus moves and I took invincible from the chosen.
Okay, what Magus moves did you take?
I took the sight and what did I take? What did I take? I'm trying to remember. Wait. Did I not pick another one?
So, okay, what did you pick with your building your character?
With my original, I did knowledge is power, enchanted clothing, which doesn't count.
Did you take that when you were creating your character? Because I thought you did knowledge is power, war mage,
Yeah.
and advanced arcane training.
Yeah. So, no, wait, I get to pick another one because I never picked another one. Because I picked the sight and enchanted clothing. And enchanted clothing is not counting as one now, so.
There's always spell precision.
There's spell precision and there's counter magic. They should both be good. Because with counter magic is when I'm protecting someone else, but I can reflect the spell. Spell precision, I can up how much harm I do. I think I'm gonna take spell precision.
Okay. So what I need everybody to do in the future is email me what items you have that have not already been put on the character sheet, and I will figure out a mechanical purpose for them.
Okay. We need to figure out how to make form fillable PDFs.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could figure that out.
Because the actual character sheets you made look cool and it won't mess with the alignment when you change stuff.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I have knowledge is power, sight, war mage, advanced arcane training, spell precision, and invincible. And then I decided to not do body armor, and I have the revolver and my spear.
Okay. Also, remember at any point you all know how to enchant. You just have to roll weird. So any non-magical weapon can be made magical pretty quickly.
Okay.
Which means, actually, I think you can bless any weapon. So you can technically, as long as it's not the chosen's weapon, you can make your weapon into something like that. It just requires a successful weird roll. So I think that's it, everybody.
Righty.
All right, folks. Well, I will shout at you later. Sound good?
Y'all have a good night.
I hope you feel better, Chris.